grows untamed. There are not many things in life we can be sure. Oh, except rain falls from the cloud, sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. It's one of my favorite songs, man. Everything must change. I lean towards songs that are very spiritual.
I like that.
Yeah. And then there is blues. Yeah. Oh,
So we are back. We are back with Cedric Turner. Wow. Brother, let's go back to Hollywood.
yeah, go ahead, brother.
Right? So you decide to adapt this to stage play.
Yeah.
Are you finished the adaptation?
Oh, yeah. It's done.
It's done.
I'm ready to have it produced, brother. I'm ready to have it produced. When I did Hollow Bottom, I realized this. I wanted to do three things with Hollow Bottom. Make it a play, then make it a musical, and make it a film.
And make it into a film.
Make it into a film.
Wow.
Yeah. I follow the writings religiously of Toni Morrison. I love her style.
Yes.
There are a lot of other writers that I follow. Toni Morrison religiously is my guru when it comes to writing. And not that I mimic her, but what I'm finding out about Toni Morrison is that I'm running into the same resources and the research that she's done. So when I touch upon something, I've got to read her work, because when I touch upon something, if she's gone over it, I try to either do one better or just get out of it, because you can't do one better with her.
Yes.
You have to do the research. You just can't write about and assume that we know who we are.
Was the reaction to Hollow Bottom what you expected?
The reaction to anyone who's read it, yes.
Yeah.
To everyone who's read it. I have not published it yet.
You haven't?
No, because I had to go, after writing the play,
Yes.
I had to go back and redress the novel, because it had to be consistent.
Was that difficult?
Going backwards, yeah, to go back through the novel, yeah, but not if I had to do it the other way. If it had started out being a play,
Right.
And going back to the play. But no, it's
But did you find
because the novel is so full. It's so full. It travels. It moves.
Right.
It was once 400 pages, and now it's down to 200.
200.
Yeah, writing is rewriting.
Was that challenging for you to
Absolutely.
to cut and snip some of your best work?
Absolutely. Yeah, but you never snip your best work.
You know.
You just sit it aside to use it in something else. This is what I've been doing. I've written enough so that I can write 2 novels, 3 novels. I've written enough so I can write maybe 8 more plays.
Yes.
I've written enough poetry so that I can have 3 or 4 books of poetry. So all you do is simply, I know what idea I want, because I wrote this idea a couple of years ago. Let me pull this from here, pull this from there, And one idea is, idea is like a seed. You throw it in the ground, and then it a tree, and then
Talk about
drop.
it. Let me just talk about For God's Sake.
Yeah.
The musical. What's that? Tell us about that.
For God's sake is the angry call, the cry, the wail of black feet.
Black feet.
Black feet.
Mm.
And the reason I say black feet, somebody says black feet. That's
That's
I know
an
Indian. The
F-E-A-T?
Indians. Pardon me.
F-E-A-T or
F-E-E-T. Feet.
Okay.
Feet. Black feet.
Mm.
When I moved back to Harlem, I realized that most of my life, because I grew up in the suburbs, in the uppity, that I was looking down on those who were downtrodden and poor and very ethnic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when coming back to Harlem, I realized that was not working for me in my writing. That I had to look from the ground up. And so, from the ground up,
You discovered this yourself?
yes. I had to look from the ground up. Like I told you, humility.
What did this feel like when your awareness?
It happened. It was a happenstance. I didn't purposely do that.
happenstance.
Yeah, I was on the bottom.
Okay.
I was on the bottom. I had done enough to myself to be down there. You know what I mean? And on the way to hell, being quite honest with you, on the way to death, And the only way to come back was to look at my black feet.
Uh-huh.
And when I say mine, I'm being inclusive,
I
not
understand.
exclusive. You know. And in so doing, man, I was able to see a lot of what I didn't see. That's what writing is all about. It's so amazing. You develop a new set of a pair of eyes, a third eye, perhaps, or as I say in my novel all the time, or he looked behind her eyes and into her soul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what I was doing with a lot of people around. I was living in projects in Harlem. It wasn't on purpose. It was by mistake. I was only supposed to be there a couple of days, and I ended up realizing that there was something here.
What do you love about New York?
What do I love about New York? New York. What I love about New York? You know, people have a tendency to say, I love New York, but they're looking at the gargantuan size of New York.
Right.
Like you're looking at a picture of New York, or you're looking at it from far away. It looks so gorgeous until you come up out of the subways, and then you see the details. And all of a sudden, you're not so crazy about New York. That's the part I love. Detail. I'm a stickler for detail. In fact, I'm downright anal. So that I catch what other people don't. I see what other people don't. I make the point. When I'm on the subway, people see me staring at them. I'm trying not to do that.
You like frameworks?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I don't like to put things in a frame,
Right.
because the moment you do, you lose the spontaneity and essence and the gutturalness. So, like for instance, graffiti does not belong in a frame.
Right.
It belongs on a wall with salt pellet guns pointing at the guy doing it, and German Shepherd dogs chasing him. So graffiti doesn't belong. Rap, hip hop. When you hear a white boy do rap, it's like Elvis Presley doing "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog." All he did was speed it up, and they called it rock and roll. And he didn't create rock and roll nor that sound. Big Mama Thornton, I think it was Coco Teller.
So you like frameworks
Yeah.
of the subways and so on, and you like fluidity.
Yeah, I'm not talking too fast.
No. So what I'm getting, I mean, here's the musician and you, and this is how I apply it.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
The immediacy of and the strength of structure,
That's
framework,
what art is.
and then the fluidity of the freedom of fluidity.
That's what art is.
So yes, so here is a musician. You know, here comes the staccato-like music or sound,
Yeah.
and then here comes the melody.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, but they can occur both simultaneously. Sometimes the melody comes to you. Sometimes it's not no melody at all. Sometimes it's the lyricism. And like when you mentioned, for God's sake. For God's sake, half of for God's sake is from just having sat down and to write the thing. The music didn't come to me till I heard it called out to me, which is what makes this such a wonderful piece for me, because it wasn't contrived in that way. Some of the pieces were occurred, like Harlem Baby, occurred along with the music itself. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have these wonderful words, and then the music comes to you. Rarely for me does the music come to me and then the words.
Do you ever find yourself, when you're writing music, challenging status quo?
I have to.
You have to.
I have to. I have to bend every rule in the book, including challenging the status quo. I love challenging the status quo. I love telling the status quo to go, go somewhere. You know, I'm not going to curse on the radio, but you know
Music,
what I mean.
writing, theater, television, commercials, and all those things. If you had to pick one, which one? I mean, I know this is kind of unfair, Cedric,
Writing.
but you know, you're a guy who
Writing.
That's the one you would stick with?
I would stick with, because I've shot 40 commercials, national commercials in my life, and I wasn't satisfied. I was making $70,000 to $80,000 a year, and I was dissatisfied. Why? Because I was not being me. I was being someone else.
Who are you?
I'm a combination of a whole lot of ancestry, brother. And at any given time, I can be by myself and have a conversation with everybody within me. And that's what happens as a writer. You have a conversation with everybody within you. I have so many characters that are yet to come through. You know what I mean? If I live to be 100 years old, brother, I'm telling you, and if I don't, I'm certainly going to try to inspire young people to tap into that source, especially black people, because black people are the salt of the earth when it comes to creativity.
When you're on stage, theater, you know. But before I go there, when did you actually first got involved in theater?
First what?
Got involved in theater.
Got involved in theater. When my mother gave me $110 and drove me 110, 120 miles to Western Kentucky University to go to school. And I walked into the big auditorium where you have to choose just what you're going to major in. And I walked straight to the theater department table.
That was it?
That was it. I was lost after that. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because again, I told you all these disciplines I love to do.
Yes.
Acting afforded me that. I could do it all as an actor. I could be who I wanted to be as an actor.
What does that do?
I could paint with words. I could paint with my body. I could paint with my facial expressions, with my walk, with my talk, with my fingers. You know what I mean? I could do all that in front of an audience. Create, and then the immediacy of it is you don't do it the same way every night.
Yeah.
Every night I was excited by the fact that I could do something new.
A soldier's story.
Same.
What was that experience like?
Man, I got my first equity card through that. I auditioned for it, and the man asked me if I could play the blues, and I lied. I said, like nobody's business. And I went home to eat, piss, and shit the blues, excuse my language, but the blues throughout, and when I came back for the second audition, I did Stormy Monday, and I did Lead Belly's Let the Midnight Special. Lead Belly's Let the Midnight Special, which is about a train coming past your prison cell, and if the light shined on your prison cell wall, that means you were going to let go the next day. And I got the job almost before I walked out there.
Do you remember any
with Denzel Washington? It's a little down. I'm surprised because I never played this until. But it's low down, dirty shame. Hey, it's low down, dirty shame. I can't remember the rest of this. About Hitler. But he won't let me in the game. Something about the brother wanting, back in World War II, we did not get into the war till it was half over. And that song is about the white man not letting me get into the war to fight that Hitler. That's basically what that song is about.
What role?
I play C.J. Memphis, the role. If you see the movie, he's the guitar player. He's the guy that hates the San Francisco. That was the role. That role was.
Of all the plays you've done, what role was a defining?
I'm going to hate listening to back to this because
why?
Because I'm talking with a rapidity, with the rapidness that I hate when I'm listening to my.
Oh, you are fine. Believe me, you are fine, Cedric. What role have you played that was a defining moment for your career?
The defining moment.
Yeah. A role that you said, this is it.
Man, that is a hard question because I've done so many roles. I can't think because I've done so many repertory. I've done a lot of all of August Wilson's plays. I would say, I thought it was, Levy in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, August Wilson. That I did with Teresa Merritt, who did the original role in Ma Rainey on Broadway. But I think it was Piano Lessons where I played, where I played Roy Willie. Because I'm going to tell you why. August Wilson, the amazing thing about August Wilson, when he keyed in on the lead character, it was like Shakespeare. And he gave you enough to shape into your own, to do whatever you felt like doing with it. And it was the kind of role that was nonstop, so that you could shape whatever you wanted with that character. And I think that was the defining moment for me. That made me realize I was an actor. Up to that point, I was faking it. You don't really discover it. You might as well ask me this about the blues. I was playing blues for years and wasn't really playing the blues. And then I heard Robert Johnson's come into my kitchen and Walking Blues, which I could retune this guitar and do it for you, but I won't. It's a teasing, right?
Why you wouldn't?
Because it takes a while to retune it. We'll do it toward the end.
Yeah.
But because that's real raw. And I was mad at myself because I couldn't get that kind of sound, man, that kind of blues sound, right? But you would have to do that in order to do that. Quit laughing at me. In order to do that, you would have to have lived in 1936. You would have to have smelt burnt black bodies hanging and dangling from trees. So I just realized that, and I said, you've got to find your own Robert Johnson within yourself. In your spirit. And it happened to me one night about 4 o'clock in the morning when it hit me. And now, I can turn it on and off now because I know from where where it's coming. I know how to go back down deep
Get it?
into that guttural self.
Uh-huh.
And you know what it is? It's just dropping all pretense of who you are.
Yeah.
To my audience, anyone who wants to do any kind of work, no matter what kind of work it is, even when you're cooking, just drop all pretense. Drop all pretense of what you think you are, who you think you are, or who you're trying to impress, and just simply be. You know, it's like standing in front of someone and looking dead into that person's eyes and simply being. And that person can tell whether or not you're being or not. You know, actors like to say, "Oh, he's phoning it in," because when they say phoning it in, that means that person's not there on stage with you, and he's usually messing you up, and he's more likely to drop the lines because he's not there. It happens to all of us. So it's when you drop, like dropping your lip. We're trying, you know, a lot of our black people have a tendency to walk around, especially the women. Don't get mad at me, women, but you do, tightening their lip like they're trying to, you know, make them small, you know, because they're self-conscious about the size of the lips, and they don't realize they got the most beautiful lips on the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's true.
They got the skin, the most beautiful chocolate-covered Hershey bar without the nuts, even though a few do have nuts, in the world, man. You can't, you know what I mean? That's the essence of who we are.
What does a black woman say to you?
What does a black woman say to me?
Yes, the beauty of a black woman.
The beauty of a black woman says to
That's an oxymoron, but
I know. The beauty of a black woman says to me that she is the essence of nurturing and who she is. Nurturing who she is and bringing out the man in me from that nurturing. I would not be here without her. I do not exist without her. And there's no such thing. I don't believe in she is from my rib.
yeah, no.
Not at all. We are equals.
Yeah.
In a lot of African religions, that is so. It wasn't until, you know, it didn't become not so until the white man came along with his diseases. I hate to keep harping on that, but it's true. But in the African religions, you know,
You're equal.
we are equal. I am the essence of her. She is the essence of me. That's the way nature says it.
What role are you craving to play?
Oh Lord, me. That's the only role I'm craving to play, brother. I'm craving this because I still haven't found me. I'm 64 years old, but I haven't found who I am. And I do have a one-man show that's going to bring all that out. It's called Cracked. Cracked.
Mm.
It's the analogy can go any way you want to, audience, but basically it's about the cracked pieces of our past.
Yes.
Having to bring them, having to glue them back together again. Sometimes you can't glue it all. But,
Yeah, how did you get? How did you get into writing plays? Was that a natural progression for you?
It started when my mother passed. I never wrote a lick till my mother passed, and I wrote this poem. I'm not going to do the chorus of the song, but let's see.
Don't play the whole song. Right?
No, I'm just doing it. And then the hours of my life, seeming in the stairway, I lay against the banister. I had to start the song because I'm off key. But it's now the hours of my life, seeming in the stairway, I lay against the banister, crying, but there seems no way to keep time and change. Playing tricks upon my brain was like that high school picture smile. It seems to hurt after a while. So that was a poem that I'd written. I made it into a song eventually, surrounded by verses. And it was there that it was in college. The teacher read it and said, "You're a writer."
So not until Mom died.
Yeah, wasn't
Did you write? Did you see it as freedom? Some sort of freedom, or freeing?
I saw it as keeping her alive.
Keeping her alive.
That's what I saw it as. It runs into my family too. Sam Clay, way back, is the father of Langston Hughes' father. And so we have a cousin, Joe Carter, who's a poet. So it's it comes from the Greens of England and from Madagascar, because my ancestors from there. So it's a combination of both. With 6 degrees of separation.
I am craving to ask you this about this role. You played Martin Luther King.
Oh, I
Martin
love
Luther
that.
King.
I love that role.
How did you get that part?
Because I kind of look like him at the part.
Yes. Okay, all right.
And I'm not concerned about that now. I've been, I was able to kind of mimic a little bit of him. And that's not the first time I played him. I played him in several pieces. Um, had a lot of fun doing that.
What do you like about playing him?
His mercy.
Mercy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
His mercy. Because that's me. That's me. That's the person. That's the real Cedric. That's the person that I had to discover later on. That keeps me going like an ever-ready battery. If I can wake up and think about someone other than myself, that's a good day.
Have you ever not feel like going on stage?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever felt like not going on stage?
Are you kidding me? Of course, but not because I hated being on stage, but only because I was deathly afraid to. You know,
How do you get
fear.
over that?
You don't really. That's something any actor will tell you. We still have, you know, until we touch the audience. It's like have you ever wrestled? Have you ever played any sports?
Oh yeah.
Okay, contact sport.
Yes.
The moment you make that contact, all fear goes away. It's the same about an audience. And all fear goes away once because it's about what you're doing. It's about the essence of what you're doing from that moment on. You know?
I felt that.
Yeah.
The time to stand up there, the first word leaves your lips.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah. That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it. It's a wrap.
Then they're yours.
They're yours, and you know you no longer even think about the writer anymore or the director. You go for what the character is saying. What if you're doing the right job? You're going for what that character is. You're no longer yourself, even though I say you're no longer yourself, but you really are.
Yeah.
Because in acting, real great actors are themselves, the essence of themselves. Even though there's this persona that gives the audience the impression that he's completely someone else. But to come to the plate with what you know as an actor,
Who are some black actors?
James Earl Jones,
Oh boy.
oh Sidney. I mean, come on, the typical ones. There's ones that's not really well known, but he plays the father to what's her name on Thursdays. Joe Martin is his name, but Scandal. He plays the evil father, and he's like the first black man I ever learned to hate. You know, really hate as a character. As a character, you know, he's the first black character I ever really wanted to kill myself. You know what I mean? That's how good he is, and he's the one that actually encouraged me to move from Louisville to New York to act. He didn't do it directly. He came to our class in college, and then he invited us to see Cedric Bonsway is Dead at the Actors Theater movie that he was directing and playing one of the characters, and it was like, wow, I've got to go to New York.
How do you balance?
Pardon me?
How do you balance all the work, all the things that you do, with time for family and friends and leisure?
Well, that's just it. I don't have family not here in New York, but coming back to New York, I did have an entire week with my family, and there's nothing like it, my friend. There's nothing like it. You need to be rejuvenated. It's your foundation. So you need to, because when you see these cousins and when you see your grandchildren and when you see your son, you're looking at your grandpa, you're looking at Uncle Jim, you're looking at Aunt Alma, because no, I don't believe people die. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they just go from one, spirit to the next or into you. You know what I'm saying? So the entire bad thing, downside was I went for a funeral, but the good side was
You saw everybody.
I saw everybody, man. Not everybody, but enough. You know what I mean? Enough to be rejuvenated till at least Christmas.
Yes.
But I'm a lonely. The heart is a lonely hunter for me, brother. When it comes to New York, New York is cold. I suppose, if I tried hard enough, I could develop a family. But as a writer, sometimes I could care less.
Yeah.
I'd rather be with my characters than with these characters out here because I don't trust them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. There's very few that I trust.
Looking back on the arc of your career, what would you say you got right?
I'm sorry. What would I say? What
would you say that you got right or you got wrong?
Wow.
What did you get right?
I got so many things wrong. What I think I got right was this paper.
Guitar. Music.
Her name is Gal Baby.
Gal Baby.
That song I did for you? Yes, sir. The other one I lost was named Baby Gal. But this is Gal Baby. You got me crazy. Pushing up daisies 6 feet under your spell. Gal Baby, you got me down from the start. Hollow pour them bullets straight into my heart. Gal Baby, I'm in love with my guitar. But I am looking for, just to let the ladies know outside, there's someone who can take her place, because you know, she's sweet on the music, but that's it. She can't cook for me. You know, and she can't. And she does lay in the bed with me from time to time, but she doesn't warm my solar plexus the way they should. Sometimes she does though. When I got her, and I'm like, oh yeah, but no, I'm joking. But I think that it's time. It's time for me to find someone who. I'm not looking for my mother. I'm too old for that. But someone who understands my crazy, manic nature.
Yes.
And she's got to be the yin to that. She can't be that way, because we will both be bouncing off the walls and killing each other.
What would you like to be remembered for?
That he never viciously, purposely tried to hurt anyone. I get nervous just the idea of it. And I'm not as disassociated from people as they think I am sometimes at a party. Even though I do pick and choose my friends, I generally like everybody. Yeah, even white people.
With all the experience.
I'm trying to joke. I hope that joke. I hope that joke didn't go over anybody's head.
With all the exposure you had on stage, right, and the experience, what still surprises you about your acting ability?
What surprises me?
What still surprises you?
That at any given moment, Gypsy won't do my mom. On every moment, you got a boy child coming. Gonna be a son of a gun. Gonna make pretty women jump and shout. And the world know what he's all about, yeah, right here. Everybody knows I'm home. I'm the hoochie coochie, man. That surprises me, man, when I can just like turn that on immediately and feel it and believe it and enjoy it and love. I love this, what it does for people. If it makes your day better, it makes my day better.
I like that, man. I like that.
You know?
That is freeing yourself from all pretenses. That's why you're able to get there so fast.
Exactly. That's you know, the first third of my life, I was like, didn't know what the heck was going on, being beaten on by everybody. And then the second third, I turned it around and started beating on other people. You know what I mean? So the third part of my life is this person who neither takes a beating or gives one, but who is who he is with himself.
Amen, brother.
You know what I mean?
If you had a chance to go back in time, what would you tell that 16-year-old boy?
That you wake up in the morning and things are all right. Don't worry about the nightmares. You're supposed to have them, incidentally.
Yes.
They give balance. If you have a very good day, you're going to have a very bad nightmare. If you have a very bad day, you're going to have a very good dream. The Lord knows what He's doing.
When are you most happy?
When I am singing, playing, you know, and like talking to you, being as honest and as real.
Yes.
You know, I may not be showing it right now, but I'm extremely happy being able to open up to you, brother. And I just met you. But you have a way of pulling that out of a person. You know, you just have a very honest, down-to-earthness about yourself that pulls that out. And so that's what makes me happy, man. And if I can meet a lady like that, man, she's in trouble.
You know, find one for you, man. What are you most thankful for?
Huh?
What are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful because I am 64 years old, right? And I don't feel it. I am 64 years old
Gratitude.
and don't
I
feel it.
love that.
You know,
I love that.
and I can still smell the rain coming.
Uh-huh.
And I know when it's coming. And I still have all my faculties.
What are you most
And I'm
proud
happy
of?
about that. Huh?
What are you most proud of?
Oh, I'm proud of I'm going to tell you what I'm most proud of right now. I'm proud of my granddaughter. She just won a scholarship at the same school I and my mother went to.
Oh,
A full
congratulations.
scholarship.
Congratulations.
So that's my pride and joy right there.
Yes.
You know, and I saw her just this past week. So
You know, time has a way of just running out with us, or rushing up on us.
and when you get older, man, you know what it is? You're not chasing it anymore.
That
So
is true.
so you just lay back. It's like being on a mountaintop and just taking your time.
But I gotta ask you this question I ask all my guests.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh out loud?
Oh. The truth, and it's not a ha laugh, but it's the kind of truth that is so innately funny you can't help but laugh, and it's universal, you know, and you can apply it to just about everything in life. That's what makes me.
That makes you laugh.
It catches me like off guard.
But I'm going to ask you this: we are closing. This is the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
To the audience, thank you for joining us. This is Cedric Turner. I mean, he has been an amazing guest. He's very talented. I hope his adaptation to his book, Hollow Bottom, really makes it when it hits the stage. So this is Selwyn saying, thank you. Fear not what fear whispers to you. Fear your obedience to it. I'm going to let Cedric just play a song and take us out.
This is for you old folks from down home. Early in the morning, child, I feel like blowing my horn. I woke up this morning, babe, found my Louise gone. Early in the morning, child, I feel like blowing my horn. I woke up this morning, babe, found my new doggy gone. I'm keeping it short for you. Yeah. Grandpa. That's collard greens and
Beautiful.
biscuits and ham hocks.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.